Hello everybody, I am going to bring your Pilates stretch for you today. So grab your mats and let's get going. We're going to start by standing to the back of our mats, feet underneath hips, stand nice and tall. Take a deep breath in, let's do a shoulder rolls. We exhale, squeezing back and down. So I know you can't see my head, but we're just working through that shoulder roll. Set our timer. One more. And then soften through the knees. Let your chin drop towards your chest. We're going to take a little roll down towards the floor. Allow everything to just drop. Just flop forward. I'm quite strong through my legs and feet. And I'm going to take my fingers forward. And I'm going to lean gently into my fingers. So my knees are bent quite a lot to allow that give. And I'm just going to extend and bend one leg at a time, allowing that freedom. And then both knees, bend and extend, bend and extend. So we're going to do quite a lot of yoga-based stretching today, so enjoy. Bend the knees, hands to the floor, take a little walk forward, bring yourselves into a plank position. Options to drop to your knees, or you can stay up here and just find your breath. Squeeze through the belly, squeeze the butts, lengthen those knees, push into the heels, and then inhale, lift your hips up. Walk your hands all the way back to your feet, bend the knees, fingers to the ground, and extend and bend again. 5 times. 3 and 4. One more time. And 5. Bend the knees, fingers to the ground, take a little walk forward. Hips down, lengthen out through the spine, squeeze the belly, push the back of the knees towards the sky, push your weight into your heels. Abs on tight. Find your breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift the hips up high. Soften the knees and walk your hands back to your feet. Chin to chest. Take a breath in. Extend and bend. So just work through that extension. Lengthening out through the hamstrings. Drop your chin to your chest. Nice long breaths. 2 more. And we're going to walk forward into that plank. Bend the knees, hands, walk forward. A little bit of movement through the hips. Let's take a little tap out to the side. Back in for 1. Side. Back out for 2. Little abduction through the thighs. Out for 3. Out for 4. Out for 5. And pause. Inhale, lift the hips up into a downward facing dog. Press your heels down towards the floor. Squeeze the belly and lengthen out through your spine. Melt your chest between the arms. Push your heels to the floor. We're going to inhale, float our bodies forward, down into a plank, dropping the knees to the floor. We're going to do a little tricep dip down. Elbows squeeze closer towards the ribcage and slowly drop your chest between your thumbs. Push back up. Lengthen out through those legs and lift your hips back up to downward facing dog. Squeezing the belly, lifting the hips up, lengthening the spine. We inhale, exhale, float forward into a plank pause. Drop those knees to the floor. Tricep dip down. Now, with tricep dips, squeeze your elbows close to your rib cage, okay? And then you're rolling your body forward so that you end up pulling your elbows down in towards your waistline and taking the weight to the back of the arms. There we go. And push it up. You might not want to go as deep as I'm showing you. You might want to make it a little bit more of a shallow movement. So in that case, you just roll forward into your plank, pause, drop the knees, a little bend, a little push up. Yeah? And if that's still not for you, you can do a slight alternative positioning through the arms. And then we just change the hand position. So we drop down, turn the hands slightly in, do a little bend. Okay, like that, turn the hands back out, lift up and hips up higher. Squeeze the belly up. Now this time we roll forward, this is our fifth one. Drop the knees and we're going to drop down into our triceps and we're going to press 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift up, downward facing dog. Take a stretch, squeeze the belly, lift the hips. Inhale, roll forward, exhaling as you drop your knees to the floor and we bend and we go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hips up high, squeeze the belly, heels to the floor, lengthen your legs. One more time, we roll forward. Remember, if you wish, your fingers in, drop down and press 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And float back into a narrow child's pose. Drop the elbows down and try and curl yourself into a little ball. Find your breath, chin to chest. And then roll yourself back up again, this time staying on your elbows, interlace your fingers, tuck your toes, lift your hips, dolphin. So like a downward facing dog, but we're on our elbows. Squeezing deep into the belly, slide your toes back a little bit. With the inhale, rock forward into plank, and exhale, power up for 1. Come forward, and power up for 2. So my eye gaze goes forward, my shoulders slightly over my elbows, and then I look towards my toes. 4, 1 more, and 5. Inhale, exhale, hold, and then rock forward 1 more time into that plank, and let's take those legs out to the sides again for 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1 more each side, 5, and 5. Drop your bottom down into the ground, drop your hips down to the ground more like. Just bring your hands underneath your forehead. Take your feet a little bit wider. Bring your fingertips to the side of the head. We're going to inhale, lift up. Exhale, open up. And squeeze our shoulder blades at the top like an aeroplane. Then we return our hands to the temples and lower back down for 1. Inhale up. Exhale. Squeeze. Return the hand and lower down for 2. Up for 3. So note how my feet are staying pinned to the floor. My abs are squeezed in tight. Lift it up, opening wide, squeeze it, release, back and down. 5 more. And 4. Squeeze. 3 more. Last 2. Let's do 1 more. Big, big lift. Big, big squeeze. And settle your arms down to the floor. We bring our fingers round and interlace our fingers. Just take a couple of breaths here. Then we carefully lift our chest, our head, and our arms, and we open out the fronts of those shoulders. So reach, 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 stretch from the front of the shoulders, lift a little bit higher, push your hands towards your heels and raise your arms as high as you can towards the ceiling. Hold it for 5, lift, 3, 2, and then release the hands, bring them round by the sides of the shoulders. Slowly push yourself up, sit back gently into child's pose, head and chest to the floor. So this time my knees are a little bit wider. Take the arms for a walk over to the left, interlace your fingers. So my left hand is on my right hand. So I'm going to try and side bend, side curve, almost like a C shape. through the right side of my body, and I'm going to pull my right hip a little bit further away. So I'm stretching a little bit of resistance. Breathe, melt down. And then release the hand straight over to the other side. Take a walk. Left hand slides inside the right hand, and we side stretch here. Driving our left hip back into our heel as we reach for that left side. Couple more breaths. Then release the hands, bring your arms back into the center. Carefully roll yourself back up. And we're going to tuck our toes under and lift our bodies up. Back that downward facing dog. So lovely. Maybe try this time bend and extend. Allow that hip movement. And then heels to the floor. We're going to raise our left leg as high up towards the sky as possible. Open the knee out and rotate. Open the hip. So as you do, try and drive your shoulders back square so you're not rotating your whole body. We're going to inhale, float forward, scoop the knee through. And this time as we lift up, we extend the leg to the sky. We come forward, hover, and then kick up for 3. Forward, hover, kick up for 4. One more time, come forward, hover, kick it up to the sky for 5, and then we come through, we hover, and we hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and drop the leg. Let's go to pigeon. So take the left knee over to the left side of the mat, the left foot to the right side of the mat, sit equally square in your hips, and lift your chest up high, putting your shoulders back and down. Now, if your knees or your hips or ankles don't like this, then sit down into your left buttock, bend the right knee slightly forward, and then you can stretch here. You might want to move the foot further along. And then you can just drop your body weight forward there, okay? If you're a pigeon, lift up. And we're not just going to drop forward, we're going to raise the right arm up, reach up, look up, and then let's take that underneath, loop it through. So we're trying to reach through this arm without falling into the right side of our body. So go as far as you can. I can't really go further than that. I'm going to try and rest my head into my hand. I'm going to keep my weight pushing down as that left hip and take about a 20-second breather here. One more breath. And then slide the arm out. Hands to the floor. Lift and let the spine. Tuck your toes under. Lift the hips and free the leg. Downward facing dog. Heels to the floor. We raise our right leg up to the sky. And we open the knee, open the hip, and keep the shoulders square. So you're not rotating too far. Take one more breath, and then we square off. We float through, squeeze the knee in, and then kick the leg up to the sky for 1. Squeeze it in, kick up to the sky for 2. Up for 3. See how my left leg is staying straight. 4, last 1, put it through, hold it there, 5, 4, 3, 2, and pop it down. Good, so we're trying to square off our hips here. So again, you might want to take that foot a little bit further forward, the knee further towards the right side of the mat, and sit tall. So again, if your hips and knees or ankles don't like it, sit into the right buttock, take that back knee a little bit further forward, take the front leg a little bit further forward and sit down into that stretch. If you are in pigeon with me, we're going to take that left arm out to the side, look up and reach, and then take it under and drop down as that twist. So again, try not to fall into your left side. It's very easy, just let yourself drop. You want to try and stay in that right hip, but turn the upper body to the right. And then when you're ready, just carefully release, hands to the floor, sit up tall, tap your toes under, free the hips up. Press down with those heels, lift your hips, enjoy that wonderful stretch. And then gently drop yourself down. Get really wide in those knees this time, child's pose. Arms wide and sink your head and chest down to the floor. And then slide yourself up after a few breaths there. And just in your own time, transition yourself round onto your bottom with your legs in front of you. I want to bend your right leg in towards your chest and then lift yourself up tall, extending through your left leg. So really feel that wonderful extension of the spine. And as you pull that thigh in, just get a little bit into the hip flexor. And then just slide the foot so it kind of lines up with the calf, the lower part of your leg. And you're going to gently drop yourself down to the floor. So I'm just going to slide myself forward a little bit and come down. Now my right arm is going to stay by my side. My left hand is the side of the head. I'm going to inhale, chin to chest. Exhale, roll up, lift up, twist to the knee, and drop the foot back down as I roll back down. This arm can be floating, or it can be a little bit of support on the floor. Perhaps the elbow will just lift you up a little bit, and then you twist. So it's your choice. Up, rotate, and back. Now, if you're really struggling to come up from the floor into a sit-up, then what I suggest you do is stay here, drop down, and then twist, drop down, and twist. It's actually a little bit harder because you're not having that quick release at the floor. Right, let's do 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. Now drop the foot, stay here, and twist, drop, twist, drop. 3, 4, scoop that belly in, keep your spine soft. And 6, we got 4 more, and 7, and 8, last 2, and 9, give me the last 1, and 10. Catch that leg, pull that foot in, lift up tall. Lift, lift, lift. Let's take this into a little hamstring stretch on the left side. Let the knee fall out to the side. If it doesn't like that position, just take the leg out naturally out to the side straight. We're going to lift and lengthen up tall. We're going to catch this left leg. And we're going to first of all lift the spine tall, and then we're going to drop down and find that wonderful stretch. Now we're going to change the position of the foot. So I'm going to immediately rotate my hips and my toes turned in. My right hand's going around the outside of the foot. We'll catch the calf if you're feeling very tight. And then my left hand just slides out open. I lift up and I'm going to turn and twist to the left of my left thigh as I bend my right arm to drop myself lower, turning those toes in. I actually get a little bit of benefit through the back as well. My back releases a little bit through the back of the rib cage. And then let's go the other way, turn the toes out slightly. I'm going to catch with my left hand on the inside of my left foot. So my toes slightly rotated. And I'm going to drop down in the center and stretch there. And some of you might want to just stretch also still towards that leg by catching the foot, or again the calf, but keep that toe slightly rotated out. 2 more breaths. And then just carefully release. Lean back, sole the foot back onto the ground, fingers turned out, and lift the hips up high. So we're keeping that right knee bent. And if you wish, lift that leg, lift the hips. Hold it for 10, 9, 8. Lift, no matter what, with your foot on the ground or not. 3, 2, and 1. Take that ankle across the knee, flex the foot, lean back and bend that knee. Let's take it to buttock stretch. Walk your hands back in, keep your buttocks firmly on the ground, and then push your spine up tall, open that right knee, and feel that wonderful stretch in the buttock. And breathe. Keep lifting, maybe move your hands a bit closer in, maybe pull your chest back, chest forward, sorry, shoulders back. One more breath. And then slide the leg away and release the leg to the floor. Put your hands in. Sit tall, inhale, exhale, roll down slowly to the floor. Stretch your arms overhead. And inhale, exhale, roll yourself back up. Halfway, open out, open out. 5 each side. So I've got a straight arm and I'm turning and I'm twisting from my waistline. 3, 2 more each side. 4, 5, and 5. Roll up, lift and lengthen up through that spine. Come forward, catch your toes or catch your calves. And then inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, stretch back down, drop that head and chest down. And then roll it up, lift up tall, arms forward. Inhale, exhale, roll back all the way to the floor. Interlace your fingers, take a full body stretch. Take a breath in, exhale, bring your fingertips back towards the ceiling. Roll your chin towards your chest. Arms extended, drop halfway or 3/4 of the way. And we open up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, let's rotate a little bit more. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and 1. Lift up, lengthen, reach, reach, reach high. Fold forward, catch your feet, bend your knees if you need to. Lift up, exhale, fold down. 2 breaths. Slowly roll it up, lift up and lengthen. Inhale, exhale, roll it down. When you get to the floor, interlace your fingers, extend your arms overhead. Take a breath in, release the arms back above the shoulders, chin to chest. Exhale, roll it up. Halfway or 3/4 of the way. And we reach 10, 9. Let's go. A little bit longer, a little bit more rotated. 7 is the last one you've got to do. 6, 5, 4, come on, squeeze it in. 3, and 2, last one, and 1. Inhale, roll it up. Exhale, lift and lengthen, fold forward. Stretch the spine first, and then softly drop down into those hamstrings. 2 breaths. And then roll it out. Just gently reach behind and lift your chest, pull your shoulders back. Sit up tall, bend your left knee and slightly catch the front of the shin, and then just slide that heel in and lift yourself tall. Pulling your chest towards your thigh towards your chest, and extending your right leg. Sit firmly into your buttocks. Lovely stretch. And then slide the foot back so it lines up with the lower part of your leg on the right side. We're going to bring our right hand side of the head and we're going to roll ourselves down to the floor. This left arm can be rested on the ground or hovered. We inhale, chin to chest. Exhale, roll up, lift up, twist, and lower back down. All the way down, all the way up for 3. So remember, if you don't like rolling all the way down, drop down, lift up, down, lift up. A little bit harder because you don't have that quick release at the bottom. Four more. hold of this side for me. 2, my last one. Okay, so remember, we stay up here and then we twist. We lift, we twist. 9, 8, 7, 6. Come on, squeeze it. Turn. And 4. And 3. Last 2. Come on. 2. Give me one more. And 1. Catch that shin again. Lift yourself up. Straighten out your spine. So this is a really good hold to pull my shoulders back and down. And then we just transition that into a hamstring stretch. So bend that knee. If you doesn't like it, just take it to a comfortable place. Then sit yourself up tall. Reach out, and we're going to come forward and catch this leg, or the calf, or use, you know, a towel, a strap, whatever you need to do that. We inhale, lift and lengthen, and we exhale, sink down. Just breathe. Go that a little bit further if you can. Reach, 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 and then drop down. Now, when you're ready, just gently release, ease off. Roll it up. Woo. Turn your foot in, catch around the outside of that foot, hand here, quick medial rotation, twisting towards my right arm and bend deep. So you can be catching your leg here, it's the same thing, just get a different grip. And then turn it the other way, catch with the other foot and drop down there. One more breath. And carefully roll it up. Take your hands behind you and pop that foot on top of that knee. Bend your right foot in, walk your hands in, keep your bottom pressed into the ground and sit up tall. Push the chest forward, shoulders back, open that left knee and find your breath. Open the knee, keep lifting the chest, pushing down into the buttocks. Couple more breaths there. And then as you ease yourself off, slide that leg away. Get that leg off as well. Straighten out through your legs. Lift and lengthen. Forward fold those feet. And then roll it up, arms forward, sink yourself all the way down to the floor. Take your arms out wide, lift one leg, followed by the other leg up towards the sky. We're going to inhale, open out to a wide V and circle our legs around, squeezing together, move it back in again for 1. Open out, circle around, squeeze them in for 2. Circle around for 3. And 4. One more. And 5. Take it the other way. Inhale, exhale, circle. So remember, if you're feeling it's too much, just reduce the range. Don't go so deep. Make it a little bit more shallow, maybe to there, open, little circle in. Okay, so listen again to your body. One more. And 5. Now keep your legs up, raise your arms up. See if you can do the same exercise, keeping your head and shoulders off the ground. But we're going to move our arms and legs away. No, let's start again. Let's open out wide. As your arms go behind, your legs come front and you lift back up for 1. So open Push away, circle for 2. If it's too much for your neck, do the arm and the leg movement without the head up. Okay, that's your alternative plan. Open, circle away for 4. One more. Circle away for 5. And then the other way. Push away, open out, circle in for 1. Remember, this is optional. You don't have to do it. You can go back to doing the legs on their own. I'm just adding in the arms in case you want a tiny bit more. 2 more. Big opening. Last one. And then reach up to those toes and pulse, 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 pulse. 7, 8, 9, 10. Lift your shoulders up the ground. Come on, let's do this. 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Bend your knees, pull them in close towards your chest. Shoulders down and just lift your chin. Or you can stay here and just take a little rock side to side. Take your legs drop over to the right, open your arm out to the left and take a twist. Grab that leg, extend it, and straighten that through the hamstring. Pull the toes up towards you, extend that. Release the leg, lift the top leg, slowly lift the bottom leg, pop those feet down onto the ground. Take your knees over to the right. Right foot push onto that left knee and stretch down the outside of your hip, thigh, across the abdomen. Wonderful stretch, just really enjoy it. And then slide the foot off. Roll the knees over to the other side. Pop that left foot on that right knee and stretch it. You get a lovely stretch down across the right side of the abdomen. And then release the knee. Keep your knees wide and feet wide and roll those hips up into a bridge. We're going to inhale, tap the buttocks down, exhale, squeeze the thighs as we lift the hips. Just give me 10 lovely big bridge presses. Remobilize those hips, squeezing into those inner thighs, allowing that give through your ankles. 6, 7, 8, press up 9, and 10. Release and roll it down. Keep your legs wide, lift your knees, bring your feet together, and we're going to tap one foot down towards the floor, bring the toes back together. So I'm just creating that diamond shape, that lateral rotation of the hips, working into those abs, just taking it into slightly different areas as we have that rotation. So it challenges a little bit more of your core, another place of your core. If it's too much, reduce the range and just tap down a little bit lower rather than extended. If you want more, extend, pull in, extend, pull in. And don't let those heels drop lower than your knees. Take it slightly elevated. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, last 1, touch your ankles or around your feet. Push your heels down, open the knees, head and shoulders to the ground, and just take a lovely stretch through the hips, the inner thighs. Pull those shoulders back and down and ground your bottom into the floor. And then bring the knees together. Open the arms wide and let those knees drop all the way over to the left side. Hand on the thigh and twist the body. Reach the arm. Just really enjoy that wonderful rotation. Really pull away from the hips. You feel everything opening up across the side of the body, into that shoulder. 2 more deep breaths. And then just gently begin to release the leg. Top leg first, followed by the bottom leg. Bring the knees together, side your hands around the back of the thigh. Roll up and then flip your feet behind you, back onto your hands and knees where you start. Tuck your toes under and then lift up into downward facing dog and stretch and release those muscles in the calves again. And then press both your heels to the floor, squeeze the belly into your hips. So you're making that wonderful triangular position through the body. Now take a foot step in, and we're going to take our left arm, wrap around the right lower leg, and then on that right side, and then twist and look under, keeping your heels pressed towards the floor. And when you're ready, drop the hand back, take it to the other side, and just rotate and look under. Keep those knees extended as much as you can. Strong on that left arm. And then bring your hand back down. Soften the knees, walk your hands back to your feet. Interlace the big toes. Bend the knees, look up to lengthen. And exhale, fold. Extending those knees as much as you can. And then gently soften the knees, release the big toes. Interlace your fingers behind the base of your spine. Let's stretch those arms up and over. Wriggle into that stretch. Breathe. One more breath here. And then carefully bring the hands back, release the arms. Softly roll up, stepping that spine very carefully, one by one, through the vertebrae. Let your chin come up last. Take a shoulder roll. And then open your palms forward and inhale, raise your arms up. Hands together. Softly drop down, take a little bow, give yourselves a little clap. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful week.